Hello everyone. Right now we're going to learn about the color in CSS. So let's directly jump to our main lesson. Okay, so for having or changing the color with the external CSS, we need to write some more text. So inside our body, let me take some more spaces in line number 13. I want to take a heading, and therefore I'm going to type the heading tag, and I'm going to pick the heading 1, and in our element section I'm going to write this is my CSS heading color. Okay, so let me save it and let me run this code in our live server. Okay, so you can see here we got my text, but till yet the color we have, it's a default black color, but I don't want to keep this color as black. I want to change the color, and therefore I have to change the color, and I want to delete this text as well. I don't need it anymore. But now I have to change the color with using of external CSS, and therefore I'm going to click in this style.css page, and in here let me take some more gaps. In line number 6 I'm going to type h1, and then I'm going to type the curly bracket. That means this is my selector, and inside the curly bracket I have to declare the value and the property and the value. Okay, so let's type the property first. So what will be the property? I will change the color. Therefore I have to type color. Okay, and then I have to type the name of the color. So as an example, let me type red because I want to pick the red color. Okay, so what we got, at first I declared the selector, then for the declaration I use the property color, and here is the value, and it's called the red. So what I used color, then I have to type this colon, and then I have to type the name of the color, and then I have to declare the semicolon, and this all things I have to place inside the curly bracket. So it's done. Let me save it and let's have a look in our live server. Okay, here we go. This is what we are looking for. So we just change our text color, and this is what we did by style.css file, because this is an external CSS file. Okay, fine. So I just used my changing color with the external CSS file. Now I want to type some text in my product page. Therefore I'm going to type the paragraph tag, and I'm going to type a demo text. So therefore I have to type lorem, and once you will use the lorem and you have to press the tab button, then you will have the dummy dot. Let me save it and let's take a look in our live server. So we got the text in here. Right now I want to change the color for the paragraph tag. So therefore you have to follow the same process. For changing the color of the paragraph tag, you have to follow the same process. So let me write here in line number 8 P, and then let me pick the curly bracket, and inside here let me type color, and I'm going to pick yellow. Okay, so for paragraph tag I declared the property and I declared the value, and value I put just yellow color. Let me save it and let's have a look in our live server. Okay, so we got the yellow color. Now I'm going to take another paragraph. Okay, so in line number 16 I'm going to pick another paragraph, and let me type another demo data. Let me save it. So if I save now, this line number 16, this text will have the same color as like line number 14. Let's take a look. Okay, so you can see here that we written another line in here and we got the same color. Do you know why? Because we declared the style for our paragraph tag, and right now in where we will use this p tag or paragraph tag, this style will be applied to this paragraph. Okay, but one more thing I want to do, that is I want to declare the background color. Okay, therefore I'm going to type p and then I'm going to pick the curly bracket, and inside curly bracket let me type background color, and for background color I'm going to pick red. Okay, let me save it, and now you can see here we have the background color in here for our paragraph tag, and we got the yellow text color and we got the red background color. But what you will do if you need a different color for a different paragraph, let me show you how you will do that. So I'm going to write another paragraph in here, and let me write the demo data. Let me save it. So in third line, I don't want to use the same pattern. In third line, I'm going to use a white background color instead of the red. How you will do that? Let me show you how you will do that. Let me get back to my style.css, and in here I have to create an ID, and therefore in line number 13 I'm typing this hash, and here I am going to type paragraph, and then I'm going to pick the curly bracket. Remember one thing, hash is always using for creating the IDs. So when you will need to create some IDs, you have to use the hash. Okay, and inside the curly bracket, what you want to put the declaration for the property and the value, you can declare in here. So let me change the background color first. Therefore, let me type background color, and instead of default color, I want to pick white. Okay, and now let me save it, and let's take a look in our live server. In line number 3, we still have the same things. Do you know why? Because we just created the ID in here, but we didn't apply it yet. We have to apply this ID to our HTML page. Therefore, in where you want to apply these things, you want to apply for the third line, in line number 18. Therefore, you have to type, or you have to place your mouse cursor inside of opening paragraph tag, and before the greater than sign and after the P you have to press space, and in here you have to type ID. Then you can see here the suggestion is appearing, so therefore you can press the tab button, then you will have the field equal and opening and closing quotation mark. So inside opening and closing quotation mark you have to type the name of the ID that you created inside the style.css file. So let's take a look. Okay, let me explain you one thing. This is your ID name, and name of the ID is paragraph. So this is not mandatory that for p tag you always have to type the paragraph word. You can type any word. You can type your name, you can type some kind of curse name, flowers name, so whatever you will type here after this hash character, that will be your ID name. So instead of paragraph, you can type any name in here, but you just have to remember the name what you are typing for the ID name. So we used paragraph for our ID name. So we need to type this paragraph text in here inside the opening and closing quotation mark. So let me type here paragraph, and now let me save it. And now let's take a look in our live server how it's look like. So you can see here our background color is changed for third line. So this is what we are looking for, that in here we applied that the text color for the paragraph will be yellow and the background color for the paragraph tag will be the red. But we were looking for a different background color or different background text color for line number 3. Therefore, we applied these IDs and we got the result. But you can see here the text is not readable right now because the yellow color is not visible in here clearly. Therefore, I want to change the text color as well. So how you will do that? You can do that very easily. You just have to type inside the declaration for another property and the value, and therefore you have to take a space, or you can press the enter button from your keyboard before the closing curly bracket, and in here you just need to type color, and here you can declare any color name. So as an example, I'm going to pick red color. So let me save it. And now you can see that we have different color for our third line as well for the text. So I hope now you have the idea how you will change any specific line in HTML with external CSS for changing the color or for background color. Okay. Right now we are going to implement the changing of the heading color using the external CSS file. So you can think that we will use the IDs for changing the styles, for changing the text color, for changing the background color, but there is a different use or available in external CSS, and that is what I'm going to teach you right now. Okay, therefore I'm going to use this product.html file, and in here line number 20 I'm going to pick another heading 1 tag, and in here as an element let me write this is my SECON, second nerding text. Okay, let me save it. So what we will have the same things that we applied for our h1 tag. You can see here we still have the red color because we applied in our style.css file, we applied the red color for our heading 1 tag. But I want to change the text color for this h1. So how you will do that? So you can consider that you will apply the same things for using this ID, but the answer is no. Instead of ID, I am going to use class. Let me show you how you will use the class and how you will change the text color for heading 1. So for this heading 1 text, I'm going to apply some different color in here, and therefore in our style.css file I'm going to take in line number 20, I'm placing dot heading style. I'm typing this word heading style. So remember one thing, at first I place the dot or full stop because I'm applying class in here, and remember one thing, that class is always declared with full stop or dot. Then you have to put the curly bracket, and inside the curly bracket you have to type the color, and you can type here, like as an example I'm going to pick blue violet. Okay, so what I did, I created a new class, and the class started with dot, and the name of my class is heading style, and then I have declared the property and the values. So let me save it, and let's take a look in our live server. Anything happened? Answer is no, because we didn't connect this class in our HTML. So I have to declare the class, or I have to add the class with my h1 tag, and therefore you know how to do that. You just have to press space in between of h1 and greater than sign, and in here you have to type class, and then you have to put the equal mark, and then you have to put the opening and closing quotation mark, and inside here you have to type the name of the class that you written on there. So I written heading style, and now let me save it. You don't need to put dot or full stop in here, because the dot is automatically functionable for classes as well as hash. Okay, so we applied the class in here, and now let's take a look in our live server. So you can see now that we applied a different text color for h1. So this is also h1 text, this is also another h1 text, but in here we changed the color for another h1. And how we did that? We applied the class in here. Okay, so right now I am going to declare the background color for h1. You can see here is the h1. So this h1 selector, I'm going to declare the background color, and in here let me type background color, and as an example let me pick yellow. Okay, let me save it. Okay, so you can see here I still have the yellow color for this two h1 text. So this is my h1 text, this is also my h1 text, and I applied yellow color for this two text. But what you will do if you need to change the background color for the second one? The answer is you have to declare inside, you have to declare the background color inside the classes. Therefore I'm declaring my classes in here, and I'm typing background color, and as an example I'm going to pick aqua, and let me save it. So now you can see here that the background color for the second h1 text is just changed. So this is how you will make the separation between h1 and the paragraph tag. So if you want to use multiple h1 tag with multiple style, you can apply the classes, and if you want to use multiple paragraph tag, and if you want to apply multiple design or multiple style for the paragraph tag, in that case you can use these IDs. So this is how you will apply ID and classes in external CSS for changing the color as well as the background color, text background color. So whatever it is, it's not only for background color. With the use of ID and classes, you can change everything else like size, like text font, and many more other features you can apply with this ID and classes. So I hope you got the clear idea how ID and classes are working with external CSS.